Persuasive Speech, Brian Clajo. 3 qualified and excited audience members. Camera set. All right. 9 of the top 10 highest wage jobs in 2009 were in the medical field, in a study done by CareerInfo.net in conjunction with the Department of Labor. In a similar study, 8 out of the top 10 fastest growing jobs required at least a bachelor's degree, if not an advanced degree. The only job out of those top 10 that weren't in the medical field were the chief executive officer jobs, so not very many of those to go around. These 2 facts aren't new. These have been discussed for years and years. People have put together the idea of education and income or job security. But yet, even though those have been talked about for years and years, people still don't always put the 2 together. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about today. I was one of those people. I got out of high school, I started college, I started strong, went to 2.5 years worth of school, and then I got distracted. I got a job that I thought the entire purpose of going to college was to get a good paying job so that I could support my family and start strong. Well, that's ended up being wrong. So while landing a good paying job is an important reason to go to college, it's not the only reason. So we're going to kind of talk about the top 3 reasons that you want to not only go, but finish college. So number 1, the average wages are proportional to your education level. Number 2, unemployment has an inverse relationship with education level. And number 3, education is just one piece of allowing yourself and keeping yourself relevant and competitive in the growing job market. So in the society we live in, again, we kind of work to make money. We go to work to make money to help give our family a better quality of life. The gap is pretty amazing between what you can have as a high school graduate as compared to a college graduate of different levels. So the gap in income for a high school graduate versus just a bachelor's degree is about $400 a week, or about 63% higher if you have a bachelor's degree. If you go from high school to doctoral, it's about $900 a week, or about 144% higher if you complete all the way through to a doctorate degree. If earning potential isn't really enough motivation for you, the unemployment rate is pretty staggering as well. For those with a high school diploma, unemployment in 2009 was 9.7%. For those with a bachelor's degree, it was cut in half to about 5.2%. And those with doctoral degrees were cut in half again to 2.5%. So again, as your education level continues to rise, not only does your income go up, but your job security seems to be there as well. So lastly, that initial feeling that I had that college education was there to get you started in a career and kind of get you in the door, and then what you did at work was going to kind of take care of the rest, was not necessarily true. And I found that out in my last job search. Having a college education on your resume can just be a vital piece of just being relevant, about having a recruiter even look at your resume any further. They use these keyword searches and scanning programs before they even decide to open up and look at what you sent them. So without an education or a college degree on there, sometimes you'll get sent to the bottom of the pile or straight to the shred bin without ever even being considered at all. So another study done by the Department of Labor was that in 1992, only 27 million people had bachelor's degrees. So that number has nearly doubled. If you fast forward 17 years to 2009, there's more than 44 million people that have actually finished a bachelor's degree. So people are finishing their degrees at a higher rate. And again, the competitive nature of the whole thing just makes it harder and harder to get in if you don't have one. In addition to college degrees, you don't have to get your education as a 4-year degree. You can go to a trade school, certification programs. A lot of industries care and want you to have some certification for the industry that you're in. Trade school, training, different things like that. So how do you get started? Because in college you've started, you've kind of on your way. So if you take some time to sit down and plan out your degree program, figure out what it is that you need to do to finish. Don't allow yourself, like I did, to get distracted by the achievement of small goals. Once you reach that goal, it doesn't mean you can be finished and that you're done with it, because like me, it could come back to bite you in the end. And then try and figure out a plan to help yourself continue to learn after you've reached that education level, whatever that is. Because again, relevance is a huge part of keeping yourself in a job once you've made it there. So the more you invest in yourself, the more it's going to pay off in the future, I guess, is the bottom line. You have a better chance at higher wages, you have a better chance of finding or keeping a job once you get there, and you won't allow yourself to be at a competitive kind of disadvantage if you ever find yourself in need of a job. So by finishing your degree in high school, your diploma, and enrolling in college, you've taken a good first step. However, I urge you to not allow yourself to stop learning. You really just can't afford to allow yourself to stop.